Happy Friday. It is rainy out there. Just want you to know that I was on the roads earlier. People struggle on the roads when there's rain.
Yes, they do. I almost got hit twice today.
Yeah. I almost saw a really good accident, if you will. They were going very fast, but you could see it coming. And the only person who couldn't see it coming was the person that should have seen it coming. And then they looked like they were going to throw down. And it was a guy in a Prius and a guy in a big black Jeep. Because they both rolled their windows down. And it's pouring rain and they're pointing and flipping each other off. And I thought, this is nice.
Was that over at the roundabout?
No, that was on the 24. I went and played pickleball this morning where I got injured, but I survived.
Oh.
But yeah, it was on, 24 is just, it was
Good old 24.
solid right there. I'm like, who designed this? What were you doing? What kind of drugs were you on, man? I'll tell you what. But how long is this going to last, Ken?
What's that, this rain?
Mm-hmm.
It could be until 8 o'clock tonight. I mean, we're under at least a marginal risk of severe weather until 8 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, because it was pelting it down for a little while.
Oh, yeah. Right now, everything has pretty much moved along and south of I-40, but there could be some more redevelopment later today. We'll just have to see what the National Weather Service has for us.
Ooh, I tell you what. Little thunder, little lightning. We need the rain, though.
Yeah.
We do.
Can use the rain.
We could use the rain, especially now if we're going to put all these data centers in. We need some extra water.
That's right.
So that's the other thing they forgot to tell the people that live around there and the animals. They have to go out and catch all the rain because this data center is going to need all the water it can get.
Gonna need every bit of it.
No doubt. I saw that yesterday. They were like going through the plans. Like, these plans look a lot bigger than what you guys originally talked about. They're like, what?
Not us.
No.
This is just the first stage.
Yeah, there was a lot of people at that little, everybody showing up, get angry, talking about the easement. There's an easement right here, and they want to put a data center in. Aliens. I'm excited about the aliens. So I was going through all these things, right? I'm going through, you can go to, is it war.gov/UAP or whatever? So I go through it. I'm going through as many of the files as I possibly can go through. There's so many things redacted. It's like they went in. This is nowhere near all of this stuff. There's no way that the stuff that they're like, well, they're dumping it all. They're not dumping it all. Look how much stuff was for JFK. Look how much stuff was for Epstein. Even though he didn't do anything, there seemed to be a lot of stuff. And you guys released like 200 pages, of which 1949, it's got a thing that says UFO, and it looks like somebody set their coffee cup on it, and then you flip it over, and then everything's blacked out, but like every fourth word. Like, okay. Yeah, you're telling us the truth. Urgh. And Disclosure Day opens up today. So my buddy says the movie starts out like it's in the second act. Like there's no, like, hey, we're going to just kind of go into it. It just starts out where, boom, here we go. And it's kind of, think of it this way. He said, think of Edward Snowden if he just decided to dump everything on the world all in one day. This guy's got like thumb drives and he just tells the world, here, there's aliens, deal with it. There you go. And it goes from there. And there's some spy stuff and some other stuff. It's good. But it doesn't look like it's going to be a hit. Because you got Scary Movie out there. 6. Scary Movie 6.
7.
Is it 7?
Yeah.
This is the first time the Wayans brothers have been back, though.
I don't know. I thought he had done all of them.
Mm-mm. No, they hadn't done it. I think they did the first, maybe the second, and then
like the first time. This has been 13 years since the last movie came out.
Yeah. So this is the first time they've been back. So we'll talk a little bit about the aliens. I wish them the best. Do you believe in aliens? Yes, I do. I do. I believe there's something else out there. I believe there is something else out there. What is it? We don't know. We have no idea. But more and more people believe it. And, everybody's, well, why doesn't the rest of the world talk about it? They do. Brazil talks about it a lot. Remember, Brazil's getting ready to have all their, 700 people snatched out of the stadium in one of their soccer games. Including some players. We'll take the ones who are on the bench. We got a game. So that'll be interesting. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. A bunch of other, again, the Iran thing. That's the way I think about it. Let me know when you actually have a deal. When you've got the stuff, then let us know. Nobody's buying it anymore. Nobody is. Not a person. I don't know.
Really close. Really close.
This deal has been done for weeks. And they're like, what? Nobody's talking to you. What they say, they're sending J.D. Vance to Europe to go talk to them. And the Iranians are like, wait, what? No. What?
JD's like, can't I sleep in my own bed?
No. He's like, we're going to send JD to Europe so that way he doesn't come to the UFC and ruin it for us. He's such a stickler. That's this weekend. There's going to be ring girls. Did you see their outfits? Yeah.
What?
Ring girls, like walking around like round 2.
Oh, I thought you were saying rain.
No, there's supposed to be tons of rain, and it's supposed to be hot and sticky and lots of bugs. But
that sounds like Dallas.
Yeah. Well, it gets humid and nasty out there.
Yep.
So this will be, I don't know. I won't watch it. I can't be bothered. So it's on Paramount Plus, if I'm correct, though. If you have Paramount Plus, you can get it there. I don't know if it's a pay-per-view thing.
Yeah, Ken looked it up the other day. It's Paramount Plus.
Yeah, it's hard. You know what? This is the problem with the way that everything's so fragmented. You don't know what's where. It's like, is this on Netflix? No, is it on ESPN?
Yeah, it's such a pain because sometimes something will be completely exclusive to one channel, or they've made a deal where 3 or 4 channels have it, and then sometimes it's just like a free-for-all and everybody can run it.
Yeah. Yeah. And or it'll show so I know that they sold to ESPN, and so they'll have some of the fights on for a little bit, and then all of a sudden the main thing's not there, and you're like, okay, now, but then you can go online though and find it just about anywhere. You can go, just go on YouTube and you can find everything, or Twitter, X. Oh, speaking of that, he's officially a trillionaire.
Good for him.
Okay, do you guys want to hear something? So if you were to take a penny, so this is the difference between a million, a trillion, a billion, and a trillion. If you were to take a penny and stack them on top of each other, it would be a mile in the air for a million. All right, so that's a million pennies. That's not $1 million. That's just a million pennies. That is how big it is. If it was a billion, you could go from New York all the way down to Cape Canaveral in Florida. If it's a trillion, you could go to the moon, back down, to the moon, and back down again. That's insane.
So much of that wealth is just, stock and stuff.
Yeah, it's paper. He doesn't.
Yeah. One wrong move and he becomes I have nothing.
Well, one wrong move. Yeah, one wrong move and he has 700.
Yeah,
billion dollars. I mean, it's paper wealth.
That would have been the largest loss in any stock.
He's already suffered the largest losses in history and the largest.
Oh, that's
gains.
right. Yeah,
he'll lose $100 billion in a day, and then he'll. Now, do I think SpaceX is worth it? I don't. Not at this moment in time. They make no money, and they're
tons of potential, but potential doesn't buy you food.
You're buying. This is the way I've always looked at Elon. Elon is. He's got a great visionary look. He's probably an alien. But he's also part Barnum and Bailey, because you've got to be a great salesman.
Yeah.
And he is. And he gets people behind him, and he finds good people, and he puts them in there. Today, what they say, 4,400 people that worked there or were or still working there, including the janitor and stuff that all got, they got the early on, hey, guess what? We're going to give you a bunch of shares. They all became millionaires today.
Good.
Yeah. I remember when Microsoft went public and Bill Gates had, the day it went public, he had Mercedes, BMW, all the big, all the big nice cars, Cadillac and everybody show up with all kinds of new cars so people could go pick them because it was like their bonus as well as all the other stuff, which I thought that's pretty cool. But, he's a trillionaire, but it's on paper.
Well, yeah, but still, he's going to be criticized for "quote unquote" hoarding wealth,
And I don't think
which is just ridiculous. Wealth is created and destroyed constantly.
all the time.
It's not like if he has $1 trillion, somebody else had to give up their wealth.
Yeah.
That's just not the way it works.
No,
but
no.
leftists are going to scream that he's hoarding the wealth. He's hoarding the. Shut up.
Yeah. He could give us the wealth and we'd lose it.
Yeah, we'd spend it and waste it.
Somebody said, you hear the IPO funding? Well, it is a little sketchy. Some of it is because here's some of the other things. Normally, when something like this goes, they've funneled a lot of the investors in from X also into this. So you've got a couple things going on, and if you saw the prospectus they send out to everybody, they had pictures in it. You're like, what? Like, this is a rocket ship, and you're like, But some of the stuff in there, it is a little different, including the fact that some people are allowed to exit almost immediately, which normally you don't. You have to.
Meaning they can sell their shares?
Yeah, normally, especially founder shares, people like that they're going to hold on to their shares. They have to, so it's not a pump and dump. There are people that are going to be allowed, especially the Twitter investors, who are going to be allowed to exit because they hadn't gotten their money, so they could exit today if they want to. Which is, that's not going to happen. You're probably going to hold on to it. But there's some stuff in here that is, and they don't have any revenue. This is how insane this market is. It's trading probably now at 110 times earnings.
I remember when David Geffen sold Geffen, he didn't put a dime of his own money into it. Warner Brothers financed it, and he owned half, and Warner Brothers owned half of it. Then he went and harassed Warner Brothers into giving him the other 50% of the company. He didn't buy it. He just harassed him into giving it to him.
They just said, just give it to him so he shuts up.
Go away. Here it is. When he sold Geffen to Universal, most of what they paid him for it was in stock. And like you said, he wasn't allowed. You have to sit on this for X number. Mm-hmm. Well, apparently when there was a merger that happened, and he supposedly leaked the info that the merger was going to happen, and that triggered him being able to sell his stock. So he sold the stock and became an actual billionaire instead of an on-paper billionaire.
Instead of on paper. And you're buying. There's a couple things going on. First of all, this is the first time that the average person is going to have a run at this, where, normally the average person isn't. And by that, I mean your 401ks, right? Those things have been protected because people who get into these things, this is not one of those. They have now access to that money for the first time in a long time, like forever. And so your broker today, your company's broker, they may be, picking up some of these things. They're not the fourth or fifth most valuable company. They lose $5 billion a year. Now they've just signed a new deal that'll help them with, but they're valued at such a ridiculous thing. Like a lot of these companies are. When you saw Amazon go public, and it took them years, they were writing stuff off. It took them years though to get profitable, to a point where they were profitable. These things are so far out of whack to get profitable. And they need government. That's the other thing. Every one of these things needs government to survive. Because if they don't get government contracts, you're not making $1 trillion off of $6.99 a month for the average person on ChatGPT.
Yeah, but at least with companies like Apple and Amazon, they truly are profitable. There is money that is coming in. It's not them just bleeding losses for the sake of keeping the company going. When you buy Apple stock, you're actually buying a proven product that is able to sustain itself.
NVIDIA, Apple, these are all companies that there's a proven product. You're buying nothing but the future hopes. And by the way, those future hopes aren't like 6 months from now we're debuting something. Those future hopes are like, in 20 years, we might be on Mars. So hold on to that. So it's going to be interesting to see how this thing plays itself out. But the hype alone, and that's what you go on. You buy the rumor and you sell the fact. A lot of stuff to get to. We got a little Finally Friday. World Cup stuff. The U.S. kicks off tonight. Bell with sports. Are you ready for Bell with sports?
Yeah.
By the way, have you seen the Scottish? They are just partying in Boston They showed the airplane that some of the Scottish fans flew over on. Not one bit of alcohol left. Nothing.
And we're surprised by that.
So and it gets better. Their bar stool, they're out there in Boston and stuff. 6 a.m. There are drunk Scottish guys in the Airbnb across the way, all in their kilts, playing the bagpipe in the middle of Boston, waking everybody up.
Oh, God, that would piss me off.
Oh, they are so much fun. The Scots are very, very fun. So a lot of good stuff to get to today. Among that, of course, Bell doing sports. We'll talk about UFOs. Where are they? Whee! What if we're that?
Maybe the UFOs come here to watch the World Cup.
Maybe they do. But what if we're the aliens? And we just don't know it.
I have. You're trying to crack my brain, and I'm not having it.
All right, it's a little too early for that. We'll try to crack your brain a little bit. Got a lot of other good stuff on the way as well. Happy Friday, Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7. Speaking of stocks and whatnot, talking to my buddy Zach over at Bulwark. They love to talk to you. Let them show you what they're all about, right? Doesn't hurt to have somebody go, hey, let me give you a second opinion. Go through your portfolio, your investments, your retirement, talk to you about what it is that's going on, and let them show you what they're all about. Lower risk, lower cost, lower volatility. What can they do? Give you the most upside potential. He and I were talking about the other day. He goes, I wouldn't own SpaceX. Not right now. It's not worth it at this moment in time. Because you're buying this kind of future thing. And he and I talk about these kind of things all the time. They look for smart, fundamental ways to grow your money and give you what it is you're looking for and how they can protect you. So get a second opinion with them. Absolutely free. They're called Bulwark Capital. You can sign up for your Know Your Risk portfolio review today. Go to knowyourriskpodcast.com, KNOWriskpodcast.com. It's that simple. Or check them out at bulwarkcapitalmanagement.com.
All right, drivers in Hermitage got a big problem if you're westbound on 40. The left 3 lanes are blocked by a crash right before Stewart's Ferry Pike. That is causing a 34-minute delay. We've also got a crash Charlotte Pike affecting both east and westbound lanes there at Old Charlotte Pike. And Midland Police confirmed that active shooter incident there in West Texas has ended. And with the New World screwworm cases growing in the desert Southwest, there's something pet owners need to know. Details coming up at 12:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Oh, it is Friday. It's been a week. Drinking from the fire hose of chaos and craziness. Let's take a listen back to the week that was. Yeah, World Cup. I have to put a plan together so I could stay up late and watch the games.
Who won that game?
Mexico won 2-0 yesterday. And then
And who were they playing again?
they played South Africa, who were awful. There were 3 red cards.
Oh, that's right. Because we talked about. You said you expected Mexico to win.
Yeah, and then last night, Czechia played South Korea. South Korea won 2-1. Second half was amazing.
How many red cards?
None. But in the first game, there were 3.
I saw a meme. You know the meme of Leonardo DiCaprio from The Wolf of Wall Street, where he's just throwing money overboard. It was all red cards in the meme.
Yeah, it was. I was. Yeah, that was definitely. I was shocked. They were down to. They were down to 9 men, South Africa, and then Mexico. The guy blew by one of the Mexican players, and he fouled him because he was pretty much on his way to goal. So, but it was, it was a nice start for Mexico. They're good. You got to win. That's what you needed to do. Now, tonight, it's up to, Canada kicks off a little while up there in Canada, against Bosnia. And then tonight, U.S. takes on Paraguay.
Paraguay.
We're going to talk about that, among other things. So many other things to get to today. Are they here? Are the aliens here? Maybe we're aliens. I'm telling you guys. Maybe we're it. Although I do think it's in the water. Our ships are in the water. We got to go get our ships. And if only we had a guy who had something with great tow capacity, say an Elantra.
Yeah, 2013 model.
Those are the hardest towing sons of biscuits.
Oh.
So
what bothers me is he's just not, he doesn't care that we're disappointed in him.
Well,
he's back there making fun of the fact he hadn't got a Sartuna boat yet.
I'm working on it.
It's going to be fine. We got it. It's coming. It's going to be amazing. I'm excited about the tuna boat. We'll talk about that, among other things. Of course, Bell doing the sports thing as well. If you're missing the show, shame on you. Grab the podcast. Wherever great podcasts are available, like on the internet. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. Giggity.
Again, drivers, we've got a 32-minute delay if you are 40 westbound through Hermitage. A crash is blocking the left 3 lanes right there at Stewart's Ferry Pike. Full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Authorities say the active shooter situation in Midland, Texas has been resolved. This is Mayor Lori Blong.
We do have 11 known victims at this time. There's at least one victim that is dead on the scene.
So a suspect is dead after the standoff with law enforcement that lasted several hours. Officials say that scene remains under investigation. Iran's foreign minister said in a post on X today that a peace deal with the U.S., quote, has never been closer. That follows a social media post by President Trump telling the Iranians to, quote, get their act together after declaring the war over yesterday. Details released by Iranian state media suggest both sides are still far off on key issues. ABC News contributor and former Deputy Secretary of Defense on the Middle East, Mick Mulroy, says it seems like this deal is falling apart.
Ultimately, if the two sides don't agree on the terms, they don't have an agreement. And I can't imagine why Iran would be leaking false information on the agreement for any other purpose than to scuttle the negotiations.
So with more cases of the New World screwworm popping up in animals in the desert Southwest, federal regulators are fast-tracking a treatment for the dangerous parasite, and that is going to be for pets. This would be for dogs and cats. The New World screwworm larvae feed on living tissue, and they can infect pets, livestock, and occasionally humans. But right now, 9 cases in animals remain in the desert Southwest. We're talking about Texas and New Mexico. And the Pentagon has released a new batch of reports on UFOs, or UAVs, as the government calls them, short for unexplained aerial vehicle.
The previous 2 batches that we've seen of videos have come from the military, maybe 1 or 2 civilian. But in this case, what we're seeing is more civilian cases. And they deemed that the person, the eyewitness, as they call them, to be credible. Nothing that we've seen in the files that are being released right now indicates that these objects are of extraterrestrial origin.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
All right, summertime is here. Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is keeping you cool and sending you to the beach. That's what it's all about right now. So you buy any new AC unit this June, you're going to be qualified, entered in to win a free 3-day beach giveaway. So Busy Bee is going to pay for everything. Lodging, 2 meals a day. They're going to pay for your gas, and they're going to announce a single lucky winner live on Facebook. Plus, check this out. Clear the air with 10% off deluxe air duct cleaning packages, 5% off our middle tier package, and if you need plumbing help, tons of that, including big savings, $100 off any service over $500, 10% off select water filtration systems. Better yet, get a free Yeti cooler and a whole home drain or water repipe. Now, remember, only if you purchase the AC unit are you qualified to win the trip to the beach from our friends at Busy Bee. Call Busy Bee today. Find out you can become a Beehive member. 615-775-7833, 775-7833, or online at busybehvac.com. Do 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 do. So, Chad, you argue all you want, but here's the proof that there are aliens walking among us, and it's a picture of Chuck Schumer. He does look a little alienish. There's got to be something else. There's got to be. The hubris to think we're it. Like this couldn't happen. It's infinity out there, and so we're it.
And beyond.
And beyond, infinity and beyond, beyond. That comes out soon. What is it? Toy Story? Is this the fifth one?
I think, didn't they have the premiere Tuesday night or
Yeah,
Wednesday night?
they had it. I saw that. What's her name? Taylor Swift.
Taylor was that? Yeah, she's got the single from the soundtrack.
So I saw her with the little short people guy, Randy Newman.
Oh, yeah.
Short people guy. Little fellas.
Don't forget, he had Isla of L.A. as a hit, too.
Oh, yeah. If you've sporting event in Los Angeles, the minute the game's over and the Lakers, the Dodgers, the Kings win, now the Rams, kind of, it starts out rolling down Imperial Highway.
I think Brian May is the only person who makes more money off of sports games than Randy does.
Probably, huh? Probably. Well, what's his name used to make a ton of money? Gary Glitter, but, with the thing.
I can't believe people still use that song, too.
It is weird, right?
Every time I hear that, it's like, really? Really? You're making sure a child molester gets a check?
Yeah. A creepy child molester that was so creepy that he went to another country where they just kind of didn't care.
No, they put him in jail.
Well, they ended up putting him in jail, but only because it got to the point where it was so obvious.
Yeah.
Because he was there for decades before anything happened. So, I mean, that was...
It's like, I met that Gary Glitter guy. He seems to have a lot of young girls around him.
Yeah, he does. And by young girls, we mean children, because he's a weirdo. Who else was it? There was another... Oh, good. Somebody else sent me another one of Mitch McConnell. Oh, guys, I could be an alien.
He is an alien.
You know what? If you're the alien... Well, no, sorry. Like, how did that happen? You can't be the alien. That's the worst alien. This alien's broken. Our alien's broken.
Maybe they haven't had a chance to tune him up.
Because he's just... Oh. And he doesn't like hemp.
I don't think he cares about hemp. He just wants to make sure that check doesn't bounce from the lobbyists that want it restrained.
That's right, guys. Remember, if you want to get something across and you want to make sure that it sticks in politics, it's not about whether or not whatever you're doing is right or wrong for America. It's, do you have enough in your checking account to buy everybody you need to get your thing done? So there's that. Okay.
Now, the beautiful thing is when you hire a lobbyist, they'll even write the bill for you.
Yeah, they will. Isn't that nuts?
That's just crazy to me.
So crazy.
And it's gotten so convoluted now that you can't even get a congressman or a senator to try and write a bill themselves.
No.
It's got to go through legal.
It's got to go through. Everything has to go through legal nowadays.
I wonder if the First Continental Congress bothered with lawyers.
Yeah. And see, what was it? Was it Ron Paul said, we have too many lawyers who are worried about the legal side of everything, never worried about the fix and solving the problem. We need more doctors and people like that who want to solve problems rather than legislate things.
Yeah, I mean, who wrote the Obamacare bill? The insurance lobby.
Yeah, the insurance lobbyist. That's what was crazy. Steve Buscemi, man. Is he an alien? He's got a little alien in him.
Yeah, probably.
He's got a smidge of an alien in
May
him.
not be 100%, but he's got some in there.
I could see. I've always thought, too, Zuckerberg's a little alienish.
A little.
Yeah.
I think he has data.
He is. But so is, when I look at Elon, I think space vampire.
I don't know that I could effectively argue against that.
No, he's space vampire. So why are we talking about aliens? Because we got another, what do they call it? A tranche of crap.
The previous two batches that we've seen of videos have come from the military, maybe one or two civilian. But in this case, what we're seeing is more civilian cases. And they deemed that the person, the eyewitness as they call them, to be credible. Nothing that we've seen in the files that are being released right now indicates that these objects are of extraterrestrial origin.
And I always say this, would you rather these things be of extraterrestrial, unknown origin? Or would you rather it be, is it us? Maybe, but we come out a lot of times saying we have no idea what that is. So if it's not us and it's not of extraterrestrial origin, then that must mean it is our enemies, which is not good. Because they're doing stuff that maybe we can't figure out. I mean, remember last year when there was all of those sightings over New Jersey? Where'd that go? What happened to that? All of those things that, we're going to get to the bottom of it.
Well, whatever the government was testing, they've obviously stopped flying it.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt about that. But it is again, I have always been, very open-minded and curious about this. I look out there and I think, why just us? How can it just be us? And then there's a couple good articles out today talking about faith and aliens and extraterrestrial life and what religion is built better for telling their congregation. Oh, by the way, see, here's the thing with the Catholics, because the influence they had in running the world for such a long time, especially Europe, modernized world and whatnot, they probably had a lot more knowledge, I would say, than other religions or other faiths because of the secrecy, all of the stuff. Yeah, and the influence that they have. I would say that. But it doesn't mean that they're best handling. But they put Islam, they put Catholicism somewhat, Buddhism, although Buddhism isn't really it's more philosophy, right? That's not really a religion.
Yeah, nobody worships Buddha. It's
No.
the philosophy that they get into.
What if you meet Buddha and you find out he's like 140 pounds?
Well, wasn't that part of the world like going through constant famine when he was around?
Like, what if you meet him and you're like,
What's up?
What is that? Why does everybody make me fat and all the things?
It's like, don't worry about it, man. Just cash the checks.
Cash the checks, brother. Cash the checks. But I think that, religion would have, and again, it goes back to, you've got some people out there, it's all demons. It's all demons. And then you have other people out there going, in the Bible, it talks about other things. And then you've got other people out there going, it's not real. Again, this is the battle. And I think that, being able to, it's about calming people down. That's kind of what it is. If we found out today, like if there was a disclosure day like situation, if there was, not saying there is, but if there was something like this.
Let's take a look at today.
People keep encountering the unknown. They are starved for the truth.
This is Disclosure Day.
If there was something like that and then it happened, how do people react? Because one of the things they've done in the studies and the people they've talked to is the worry that everybody's going to worship them like gods because of their superior technology, right? Because they're not idiots, right? We just turned to the wrong place, man, and somehow we managed to get here. It's crazy.
They took a wrong turn at Mercury.
I mean, that would be so funny.
Or Albuquerque.
You guys didn't know that we were living in your volcanoes? That's crazy, man.
Our spaceships look like DC-8s.
Yeah, man. What religion got it right? Oh, Space Mormons, man. Those guys got it totally right. That guy is so cool. That L. Ron guy, I see him all the time. I mean, that is a... so I could see how people would, think about worshiping them. And it would be the quiet unease of, are they here to eat us? Drain our blood, whatever. Or are they here because they've been here?
Well, and my question, too, would be, if they are here to hurt us, if they are here, and if they are here to hurt us, what are they waiting on? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's true.
Maybe it's not worth their time and energy until we pass a certain population point. Then they just start harvesting.
Oh, that we have to get to a certain level and then maybe be plump enough.
Exactly. I know what you're talking about.
And then once we get there, like maybe the earth is just well, first of all, it's not round. It's flat, but it's just, you know what it is? It's just like you're stepping on the machine at home to find out how much you weigh.
Maybe it's the chemtrails that are marinating us.
Maybe it's kind of like fracking, where the oil has to be at a certain price for it to be worth it.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that, you know what? That's not maybe we're part of maybe we're a zoo. Have you thought of that?
Well, the remake of,
What was it?
I'm trying to remember. I always forget the damn title. What was that crappy remake of the great science fiction movie from the 50s that Keanu Reeves did?
Oh God. Not War of the Worlds, but it was one of those. It was, I know what you're talking about.
The guy comes in peace and they shoot him.
Yeah, as you do. But maybe that's it. Maybe this is a zoo. And I mean, I just don't think we're alone. I just don't know how we could think that. I don't know. I mean, because we can only go so far right now. I mean, think about it. We're excited because we can go fly around the moon.
The day the earth stood still.
The day the earth stood still. That had that robot in it that also happened to be the same robot that attacked Thor.
No, they're not even close to being the same.
Kind of. A little bit.
No.
A little bit. Smidge. They look kind of the same. They do. The metal head with the
Yeah, but in the day the earth stood still, the robot is basically a humanoid with a round head.
But it's kind of the same
The
thing.
destroyer in Thor is completely different.
Completely different. If we were a zoo, yeah, maybe the aliens, maybe they're here because of the data center they're trying to put over there in Mars.
Maybe they're the ones trying to put the one by the zoo.
No, they're not. Maybe they're like, hey guys, you guys can't put a data center here. You keep lapse.
Maybe Portland is where they all live.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Wouldn't you go to the weirdest place you could find, where nobody would think anything different of you? Yeah, just go to Portland. Nobody's going to care that you're green.
I love Portland. I'd love to hang out in Portland. Just go to the little crafts and festivals they have.
Oh, yeah. That's the kind of place where you go and you walk out there, and there's going to be somebody who's willing to debate you at one of those farmers markets,
Right.
who's got a booth set up for flat Earth, and he's also selling ponchos and like hemp hair care products.
Yeah.
That's what you love about Portland. Portland is so that show, Portlandia, was hilarious.
And it nails that city.
It does, 100%. Coming up, his name is Bell. He does sports. He's an award-winning sportscaster, broadcaster. He's the man, the myth, the legend. We're going to talk sports with Bell straight ahead. Chad Bench Show, Super Talk 99.7. Relief Factor is awesome. I take it every single day, and I need it because I went and worked out hard this morning. And thanks to Relief Factor, I feel great. I'm bouncy. I feel amazing. Relief Factor, naturally formulated. You can take it every single day. Right now, they got a special going on to celebrate Independence Day, 1776, 3-week quick start. This is third-party tested, okay, so for purity and potency. It works. It fights inflammation, aches and pains in your joints and your muscles. It works big time. I want you to try Relief Factor. You're not going to be disappointed. If you struggle just in the everyday living in life sometimes, a little sore here, a little sore there, Relief Factor is going to help you with that. How do you get it? You go to relieffactor.com, relieffactor.com. We'll call 800-4RELIEF. 800-4RELIEF for Relief Factor.
All right, drivers, we've got a crash in the Woodbine area. This is going to be Thompson Lane there at Nolensville Pike. Also in Hermitage, we still have the left lane blocked by a crash, 40 westbound before Old Hickory Boulevard. And in Laverne, a stalled vehicle blocking the left lane, 24 westbound at Waldron Road. And with the New World screwworm cases growing in the desert Southwest, the federal government's granting emergency authorization for medicine to treat everybody's pets. Details coming up at 1 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
The screw worm.
You don't want that, boy.
You do not want that. You do not. It's probably aliens. It's probably what they are.
You remember that show? I think it was called Monsters Inside Me.
Oh, God, yes. Oh.
I mean, I had to stop watching that show. It was freaking me out.
Everybody always had something in their head, and the doctor's like, we couldn't find anything. Then I looked, and I saw things peek out people's heads, and you're like, oh, my God.
All of a sudden, a worm crawled out of my left eye.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Why are there gnats on my eyelashes?
It's the same reason. You know what? I can't watch Hoarders. Can never watch that show. Grosses me out.
Yeah, that could be really disgusting sometimes.
Disgusting. You know what's not disgusting?
Now it's time for Sports with Bell. When you need to know sports information, you turn to the guy who calls basketball shooty hoops. Let's talk some sports with Bell. Baby Bell is a man.
So, Phil Mickelson's trying to get himself canceled, huh?
Pretty funny. Yeah, if you guys haven't heard, Phil had some issues at his home club.
He was asked to leave.
Yeah, they told him, hey, stop messing with this chick.
Wow.
Yeah, don't have inappropriate physical contact with her.
I don't know. What does that
Your
mean?
wife may have an issue with it.
Yeah. What exactly does that it's not a child or anything like that, but it sounds like there's a lady at the club that, well, let's just say Phil took a liking to and didn't stop.
Maybe some innuendo was going on.
Yeah.
I'm not totally, but a little bit surprised that they, for all intents and purposes, kicked his ass out before they even did an investigation.
They must have done investigation. They must have known. You know what? This feels like something where he has been told on numerous occasions, hey, dude,
Don't do that.
Maybe they got something on camera.
Well, you know what? I didn't even consider that.
Yeah, but I have a feeling they probably have something on text messages. Phil, get a burner phone next time, brother. Get a burner phone. In fact, this is so bad that people on, I listen to several podcasts where, pro golfers are on, that they've kind of said, the reason you're not seen in some of these tournaments like the Masters and the PGA and the U.S. Open is because maybe he's got a lot more issues than people are leading on, here. It's not so much just family issues. Well, the family issue is, thank God your wife's not sick by the sounds of it, but it sounds like you're in trouble, sir.
Yeah, just, do what Tiger does. Stick to flipping cars.
There you go. There you go. And don't mess with the people at the club you golf at. Stick to the waitresses at Hooters. Coming up, hour number 2 of the show. Chad Betsy Show, Super Talk 997.
One o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Everybody in Middle Tennessee, we're still under at least a marginal risk of severe weather through about 8 o'clock tonight. We've got some rain-slicked roads out there that might have led to some of the crashes we're still dealing with, although a lot of it is dried up. But we still have a crash at Thompson Lane and Nolensville Pike in the Woodbine area. And then in Laverne, you've got a stalled vehicle blocking the left lane, 24 westbound at Waldron Road. And in Hermitage, a stalled vehicle blocking the left lane, 40 westbound at Old Hickory Boulevard. Midland police are confirming the active shooter incident there in West Texas has ended. People near the scene lit up social media with multiple videos. A lot of gunshots there between law enforcement and the suspect, presumably. The gunman is dead, one person killed, and at least 11 others hospitalized with injuries. Authorities say there is no ongoing threat. Iran's foreign minister said in a post on X today that a peace deal with the U.S., quote, has never been closer. Now, that follows a social media post by President Trump telling the Iranians to, quote, get their act together after declaring the war over yesterday. And details released by Iranian state media suggest both sides are still far off on key issues. ABC News contributor and former Deputy Secretary of Defense on the Middle East, Mick Mulroy, says it seems like this deal is falling apart.
Pretty clear from what both sides are saying publicly or through releases to state-owned media that the two sides are far apart. And I can't imagine what they would be signing in Geneva this weekend.
So with this New World screwworm cases growing in the desert Southwest, the FDA has granted emergency authorization for a drug to treat screwworm infections in pets. The government's tally of cases has risen to 9 since yesterday there in Texas and New Mexico.
6 of the infestations involve cattle, 2 goats. But it's the case in New Mexico that has pet owners concerned. That one involves a dog.
It's definitely very scary, to have something travel and you don't know what it is.
Just worried that it might spread.
Carlos Mata is sticking to his vet's advice.
Just staying cautious, making sure there's no open wounds on my dog.
The screwworm fly lays eggs in open wounds primarily on cattle, but it can affect any mammal. Jim Ryan, ABC News in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Now, so this medicine the FDA is approving for pets apparently works within hours of the first dose, killing most screwworm larvae, but a second dose would be needed about 6 hours later. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
So finding out more, my buddy's listening, telling me more about the whole thing with Phil Mickelson. It was on video. He didn't even want to see it.
Ah, there you go.
Because he knew it was going to get him in trouble.
The video don't lie.
Don't lie. I'm telling you, changes everything. right? Ray Rice. They suspended him for 2 games. Then TMZ got a hold of the video, punching his girlfriend and dragging her across the parking lot. He never played football again.
Wow, that's amazing how it goes from one extreme to the other.
Never played football again. The video, it definitely told 1,000 millions. And man, that's crazy. Oh, Phil. Because Phil, you're the likable Phil, right? You were likable, and then everything changed. He went over. You know what happened? Went over with the Saudis, playing the Live tournament. Everybody started to hate him then. And from then on, this is what we got. Oh, man. I'll tell you what. World Cup tonight. I'm pumped. USA. I'm pumped. Earlier today, Scottish would sing hello to everybody in Boston. Oh, by the way, if you want to follow something interesting, there's a guy named Freddie who is it's on Twitter and a couple of he's going across the country following the German team, but he's driving. He's going to every American thing he can find, and he's fascinated. It's just fascinating. Like Buc-ee's blew his mind. Just, whoa, what is this? And he's hilarious because, Germany's a developed nation. They've had some issues in the past. I don't know if you guys are aware of that a couple times. But it's fascinating. By the way, at Buc-ee's, I don't know if you guys, they have a Buc-kini now. They have a Buc-ee's bikini.
Have you ever heard the, who played Mork? Robin Williams?
Yeah.
He had a joke where he was in Germany and, one of the interviewers that he was talking to said, why do you think it is that Germany doesn't really have a lot of comedians? And he goes, maybe it's because you killed all the smart people.
Maybe. There was some issues there. No doubt about that. So I'm excited for tonight's game. I'm pumped. Last night, I'm building myself up because I know that starting tomorrow, there's 4 games throughout the day. So I'm going to go play pickleball early. Then I'm going to come home, shower, and then
what time is the first game?
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
I think the first game tomorrow starts at 2.
So none of these are going to be morning games, right?
Well, here's the thing. So tomorrow it starts at 2 p.m., Qatar and Switzerland. Then you've got interesting game. Brazil, Morocco. Morocco's good. I think Morocco's going to beat Brazil. Then you've got Haiti and Scotland. By the way, Haiti, the fact that they're in this World Cup, I think we all know what's going on with Haiti. There's nothing there. They don't even play in their home country. None of these players have been to the country. If the coach has never been there. Where
do they practice?
They practice, I think, in Curacao.
Where's that?
It's like 500. It's an island 500 miles away.
Oh, okay.
So that's where they practice. The fact that think about Haiti for a second. Think about it's the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. It is run now by gangs.
Failed state.
Yeah. And they're in the World Cup. Curacao has been hilarious. They're fun. They're absolutely hilarious. They have an old school bus, and they're just because they're playing on house money, right? They're here, they're at the World Cup. And when you're at the World Cup and you're one of these teams that's smaller, as they say, you're putting yourself in the shop window. Because if you have a good tournament, even if your team loses 3 games, but you play great, there's a good chance you're making a move of a lifetime somewhere. But then tomorrow night at 11, our time, Australia and Turkey. And then Sunday, the first game's at noon, Germany, Curacao. Then the Netherlands, Japan. That's going to be awesome. Then Ivory Coast, Ecuador, and then Sweden, Tunisia. So they start early, and then Monday they start at 11 a.m. And that's, they're going to be rotating. But so I've got to go, and it's one of those things where I got to take a nap in the middle of the day so I can stay up and watch the games at night.
So it's sort of like the leagues are using Haiti as a farm team?
No, No. Haiti's, I mean, they made it. They've got guys. Some of the guys are born in Haiti, but a lot of them were born elsewhere and their parents are from Haiti, and obviously they fled there. So they put together a team, and the coach, like he said, he's been there for 2 years, never been to the island.
Who supports the team? The government's obviously not.
Yeah, they probably, the government, what little is left of it is probably giving them a little bit, and the rest of it's probably all sponsors.
Oh, okay.
So, but tonight it's us. We take on Paraguay, who are decent.
Do you think they're better than us?
No.
So you're thinking U.S. is going to win?
Yeah. Okay. I think U.S. is going to win tonight. I think they're going to beat Australia as well. And then they'll play to see who's going to be the better of the two teams between us and Turkey. And I think we're going to get that because the home field is huge. It's massive. Having a home field like this, when you're and especially if we get a little bit of momentum, and I've seen it in all the last World Cups, people that don't care, it's like they start going, and if there's games at noon, the bars are packed, people are going. You feel that, and tonight I think we're gonna do well. I do. I think a lot of people are like, well, we're gonna be fine. We got a lot of. This is the golden generation, if you will, but it's really not. It's the first generation where a vast majority of our players actually play in Europe. When I was coming up, we had, I think Hugo Sanchez was his name? Hugo Perez. He played in the second division in France, and he had a couple other guys, Chad Deering and stuff, that played in Germany, but the lower divisions. There was nobody. Let me show you what it was like when I was growing up. Trying to find anything on TV soccer-wise, never going to happen. And I saw, when I was on the ODP team, we trained with the U.S. national team one day, and they played a game at a high school. They played a game at a high school.
Was that the only place that a pitch was available?
Yeah, I know. They played at Mission Viejo High School against a Swiss team, Neuchâtel. It was so bizarre. And I'm like, wow, this is weird, so we've come a long way, but I think we're going to be fine. And it's going to be, 85,000 there tonight. And I don't know what's Los Angeles Stadium, whatever the hell they're going to call it. And then this is going to be good. I'm excited. I'm pumped for it. I'm even wearing my red, white, and blue shoes.
I saw a video the other day, and I didn't know this, that Switzerland actually has a bunker system throughout the whole country that is designed to fit every person in the country and any tourism or business people that are there.
Every single person over there, if something was to go down, there is a bunker system that everybody gets to go to.
And they have to bring their rifle.
Yes, because everybody, by law, you have to have a rifle. You have to be trained and because they don't have a standing army. They have chocolates. They make phenomenal watches. But they don't have an army, standing army. Because they're, like, hey, who wants to attack us? We're Switzerland. Would you like some chocolates? We got a great banking system.
We'll hide your money for you, but we're not going to join a war.
There you go. That's it. Yeah. We'll let you put some money in here, and we won't tell your government that you put money in here, but we're not going to fight for you. So there's that. Just to let you guys know. So tonight will be fun. I think it's going to be, I'm pumped about it. I think we're going to show out tonight, if you will. And the game's on at 8:00 on Fox. Fox. I will tell you, it was hot yesterday in Mexico. Mexico, the fans, I told my wife, I said, the coach of Mexico kind of said, if we played in America, we'd have the same amount of support, especially in Southern California. But if things went a little sideways for us and we weren't doing because the crowd got on Mexico, booed them at times because they weren't going hard enough at South Africa. That's a lot of stress right there, brother. That is a lot of stress. So off we go tonight, ready to rock, ready to roll. Do we have aliens yet? Have they come down? Do you think, if you're an alien, what do you say? What's the first thing you say? You show up, right? You can, and they say, oh, take me to your leader. And we're going to be like, no. No. Anybody else, but no.
I'd point to Washington. He's that way.
Which leader do you want? We want the leader. Okay, but of the country? of the world? What do you, the best actor?
I'd say my wife is busy right now.
Yeah, that's right. She's very busy. She's busy cooking. Because did you take your meat home?
I did, dude.
You know who didn't?
Brother Bell.
Bell.
He left it here again, didn't he?
Yeah. He is, I'm surprised he makes it through the day some days.
Yeah, I put a sign on the newsroom door as I leave. It says steaks and chicken.
Yes.
So it reminded me.
That's right. That's good. That is good. I like that. Bell sets an alarm for his meal, for the food, and then he turns the alarm off. Oh, it's on. Beep, and that's it.
And they can't remember what the alarm is for.
I come in today. I'm like, hey, did you take your stuff home? He goes, I forgot it. At least he didn't ruin it this time.
Yeah, at least it's not melting in his backpack.
Yeah. Thank God for that. Yeah, I don't know if the alien showed up if I'm taking him to Trump. He's busy right now. He's getting ready for the UFC, which is so. But can we all just admit what are we doing? Honestly, what are we doing? And I like the UFC. I just don't think the White House lawn is the place for it. That's all I'm saying. And I do. Again, I like the UFC. But I just, no is where I'm going with that one. No is where I'm going with that one. It's going to cost us $60 million for this. There's 7 fights, and there's going to be ring girls. What if the aliens show up here that night? Oh, that'd be cool. What if one of the fighters is an alien?
When is that? Tomorrow night?
Sunday. This is birthday Sunday, right?
I guess so.
I think it is. Do we taste like chicken? I'm assuming we taste like chicken. What do you think? What if they tell
I think that's a safe assumption until it's proven wrong.
Yeah. So I think you're right about that. I think you're absolutely right. Until you could prove it wrong. Who was the last? Was it? Oh God. What's his name? Was it Hemingway that ate human when he went out with one of the cannibal groups?
I've never heard that before, but considering Hemingway, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it might have been. So, or is
These cats are annoying me. I'm going to shoot myself.
What if we taste like unicorn? What if they say that? What do? We taste like unicorn. You guys have Of course we have unicorn. What? Don't you guys have unicorns?
We used to, but we ate them all.
Yeah, yeah. Have you seen the way that we act down here? I'm telling you, we're the trailer park of the skies, floating around. Somebody said, is there a chance that there is no aliens? I said, yeah. You know what else there's a chance? And this is weird because that are we in a simulation? That's a big thing right there. Are we in a simulation? And one of the big guys who's all into string theory and stuff like that. I'm in the string cheese theory, totally different. That we may be in a simulation right now where we're actually VRing the simulator, and this is my life. Okay? And that Bell maybe exists somewhere else and he's got a different life going on. And that's, that we're going to take it off and we're going to be somewhere else and go, oh, cool. And like it's a video game, which would be scary. Oh, my Lord.
That'd be kind of cool.
What?
To live in a video game.
Well, yeah, but do you remember Rick and Morty?
Yeah, of course.
Remember when they went to play at Blips and Chips? And he played the game that silly game where you got to be the guy who's a football guy, but then you work at the selling couches or whatever, rugs. Oh my God, that's the fear, right? Like, what if we're not picking that? Obviously, Elon knows how to play the game better than we do.
I turned myself into a pickle and 9/11 was an inside job.
So great. I love him. Coming up, a lot of stuff still to get to today. Yes, aliens are all the talk. Are they the rage? We'll talk a bit about that. Among other things, Iran. I'm just kidding. Nothing's happening there. Nothing. You guys thought something was happening? Nothing's ever happening, right? That's We have it on good authority that maybe things aren't happening. Maybe. And Elon's a trillionaire. What do you get him for something?
You don't get him anything because he probably already owns it if he wants it.
Yeah. That's it weird. Like, you get him a car. You have to give him something that you could never purchase. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, you'd have to do
Because when
that.
you got that kind of money, I mean, even a billionaire is like, well, if I wanted it, I probably already have it.
Yeah, but it's when you think about it, he's got so much money that I think he could buy probably every major league sporting team. He could buy probably all the baseball teams. He could buy all the football teams. He could buy all the NBA teams. He could buy all the MLS teams, the NHL team. He could buy the whole thing and just make it his little leagues and make them cross over. That'd be funny. All right, this half, you guys are playing football. The second half, we're playing ice hockey. We'll see how this goes.
And then the fourth quarter, we're going to...
With the fourth quarter.
Then it's baseball.
Spaceball. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk, 997. Board Capital would love to talk to you as we're talking about Trillionaire. They do some amazing things. They're up over 70% since last January 2025 till now, over the market. And they're doing quite well. Why? Because of the way that they come at things. First and foremost, risk management, number one strategy at Bulwark. Secondly, they want to show you what it's all about when it comes to the way that they invest. Common sense, fundamentals, look around, have a global approach to things. And that's what they do. And they're willing to give you what they call a Know Your Risk portfolio review. They'll go through your portfolio, talk to you about what's going on out there. Where are you in relation to where you want to be with your retirement and your investments? So whether you're just starting or whether you're getting closer and you think, hey, I'd like to figure out what these guys can do for me, why don't you do this? Sign up for a free Know Your Risk portfolio review. Go to knowyourriskpodcast.com. That's knowyourriskpodcast.com, or check them out at bulwarkcapitalmanagement.com.
Drivers still showing an injury crash. Going to be Woodbine, Thompson Lane at Nolensville Pike, and then in Laverne. Still got a stalled vehicle blocking the left lane, 24 westbound, right there at Waldron Road. We got an update on that deadly shooting in Midland, Texas today. Iran's foreign minister posting on X about a peace deal with the U.S., but there's still a lot of questions that remain to be answered. Coming up at 1:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Oh, a lot of questions. Oh, my goodness, so many questions. What kind of questions do you think need to be answered?
What's with our TV? Why do we have no logo in the background?
It's got a Friday. It says Friday right there. That's a logo. 1:26. That's the time. And the Penguins. Isn't that where Chris is?
Probably. I don't think he's that far south.
No, he's not. I don't know what happened to our TV. That is a great question. They came in the other day and started to do something to it. And then, you know how they started? And he's like, I'll be right back. I don't know where he went.
Okay.
So that's what we got. We don't even turn this thing on anymore. God, we get so lazy in here. There we go. A little red. I have no idea why this is the way it is. We got to do better, people. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Ken. Get it done.
He's on his phone.
Is he? That's the way we work. He's probably calling his wife going, can you believe that Bell didn't take his food home again with him? Can you believe that? Chad brings us in some steaks and some chicken. Doesn't even bother. Huh? Doesn't even bother. You're going to do that tonight, right?
I'm going to try.
Because if not, I'm going to come up here tomorrow and I'm going to take him back.
No, I'm going to make it myself a note. I'm just glad I didn't
leave him somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm glad I didn't ruin him this time and have to throw him out.
Oh, that's so. People are starving. Remember when your mom used to say that? People are starving around the world, and you're not eating your lima beans. Well, they can have them.
I didn't know this was the thing when I said it at the time, but I was like 5 years old, and he hit me with that line, or my dad did, one of the two, and she said, there's children in China that are starving, and I'm like, well, we could put it in a box and send it to them. And, of course, naturally, that's the most obvious comeback that's been around for decades now. But I just said that because I was being sincere. I'm like, if they're that hungry, let them eat this crap.
Have you ate your food, Mom? That's what you said to my mom. Have you ate the food?
Have you ate yet?
Yeah. Go ahead, Mom. You know what? They'd be starving if they were here too. They'd be like, I'll pass. I don't know how many times I can eat liver in a week. All right, that's just gross, Mom. Gross. Yes. So funny. Hey, Ken, how do you I might try the fryer tonight.
All right.
What do you do for the steaks?
So for the steaks, I just I marinate them, or I just put a rub on them. And then I just put them in the air fryer basket. I set it to 350, and I run it for about 10 minutes. Check them. If I like them the way they're at that, then I'll go ahead and eat them, because I like a little bit of blood in my meat.
I do too.
So it doesn't bother me at all. But then, my family, they kind of like a little better done. So usually for them, I'll run theirs at about 350 or 400 for about 15 minutes.
Do you flip them?
Yes.
Okay. At 7.5 minutes or so?
Like 7.5 minutes, it'll beep on you. Just go in there and flip it. Season that side real good.
What kind of seasoning you use?
I use. I've actually got some Omaha steak seasoning in the cupboard.
Wait, did he give you that?
No, that's from Christmas.
He gave that to you. He didn't give me any. I have issues.
Well, what am I going to give it to you? So you can go home and put it on your cat's dish?
Yeah. But if it makes him happy.
Yeah, I'm only bringing you popcorn from now on that you have to microwave, so that way if you forget it, it's not going to get ruined.
Bring him that old style popcorn that you have to put on the stove.
Oh,
in a
God,
little pan.
I love that.
What was that stuff?
There was a Jiffy Pop?
Yeah, Jiffy Pop.
Because it would start to expand.
Yeah, the aluminum foil was kind of twisted down, and then as it heated up, it would expand and twist up. And you'd come in there like that big bubble.
Right.
It's the little things in life that used to make us so. We're like, what was that? Oh God, I saw something the other day. It was like, flipping through, and it one of my TikToks or something, and it has like 80s nostalgia and toys, and there's a thing that it looks like it's a wheel, and it's on a metal thing, and you just twist it back and forth, and it just goes back and forth, and it's like, we used to think that was fun.
Well, you remember the old at the time the new popcorn machines would actually, they would blow the popcorn out into a bowl. You just put a bowl underneath it and blow it out. Man, I thought that was something else.
Well, yeah. There's some of the stuff. I saw the green machine. Remember the green machine? It was like a big wheel.
Oh yeah.
And you pull the thing, and it was the first way you started drifting.
It was the first rideable toy besides a bike that had a brake.
Man, I want popcorn now. I like popcorn. Don't you?
That's dangerous to eat on the air, dude.
It is dangerous to eat.
They should have that in the vending machine in the kitchen.
We should. Absolutely. Right now, I'm really obsessed with spicy peanuts. Those things are so good.
Oh, those things are, boy.
Those things are evil. Evil, I say. Coming up, maybe we'll talk a little bit about Iran. Probably not, though. We'll be like, hey, what about? And then we'll start laughing and then move on to something else. If you're missing the show, shame on you. Grab the podcast. Chad Benz Show. Super Talk 997.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Drivers still got that injury crash Thompson Lane at Nolensville Pike, and then a stalled vehicle still blocking the left lane. 24 westbound at Waldron Road in Laverne. Full forecast in 5 minutes. That deadly shooting in Midland, Texas is over with the suspect killed, but not before he shot and killed one person and injured at least 9 others. Videos of law enforcement engaging with the suspect are all over social media.
Oh, wow.
Massive law enforcement presence.
Holy.
Local television stations say it started with 2 people getting shot at an intersection and then the suspect running off into a building where he had barricaded himself there. Iran's foreign minister says in a post on X today that a peace deal with the U.S. has never been closer. That follows a social media post by President Trump telling the Iranians to get their act together. Details released by Iranian state media suggest both sides are still far off on key issues. Here's ABC News White House correspondent Karen Travers.
The president yesterday was very optimistic that a deal was close at hand, even saying that there could be a signing ceremony this weekend in Geneva, Switzerland. That's what we are told officials have been planning for. Now we're hearing from Iran's foreign minister who says that a memo of understanding is close at hand. But then when you drill down into the details of where both sides stand on this, they do appear to be very far apart.
A UFC fight night on the White House lawn will go ahead this weekend following a court ruling. Details on the decision from ABC's Peter Haralambous.
The judge finding that the 2 people who filed this lawsuit, it's 2 Virginia residents, one of them who likes to protest in that area, the other one an Uber driver, could not show that they had legal standing to sue, that they would actually be impacted by this enough to have a legal claim. Beyond that, the judge concluding that the harm is temporary. For example, the grass might get harmed a little bit, but the UFC is spending $1 million to fix it.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
The Guaranteed Offer is the simplest, least stressful way to sell your home. You go to our website, you fill out a quick form, we set an appointment, we bring you an all-cash offer. Literally, there's no lockbox on the front of your house, there's no showings, we pay all cash, we close in as little as 21 days, stress-free. We've helped thousands of homeowners just like you sell your home the hassle-free way with a Guaranteed Offer from Mark Spain Real Estate.
Showers, no bueno when it comes to your foundation, your house, potentially. You know those cracks. God only knows what's underneath them. What about your basement? You got some issues there? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But wouldn't it be nice to know that you've got it taken care of? That's why USS, United Structural Systems, is amazing. Go to USSTN.com. Find out what they can do for you right now. Introducing 24 months, no interest financing options. Good now through the end of June. Okay, so we saw what happened, right? When it got froze here, and then there were certain issues. People started to find out there was stuff that got in areas. You don't want that. Next thing you know, you got horrible situations. Wood rot, standing water, mold. And then if foundation starts to go sideways in certain areas because of the weather, over time, maybe things aren't built the way they should be. You want to make sure you can take care of that. That's why USS. Come out, give you a free inspection. Not going to charge you anything or sell you anything you don't need. Call USS today. Take advantage of 24 months, no interest financing options. Good now, all the way through the end of this month. 615-488-7855. 615-488-7855. Online at USSTN.com. Waiting could cost you more.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Matt Murphy with Super Talk 99.7 WTN, and this morning we are out and about at my house, my brand new house that I've been talking about on the radio, with Nate from USS. What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm excellent. How about you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
We invited Nate out. Now, obviously, when you're a new homeowner, especially when you buy a house that's got a few years on it, you don't know what you're dealing with in terms of foundation. And I know that Nate knows a lot more about what I don't see and what I don't know about than I do. So bring the experts out and get them to check out your house. Hey guys, Matt Murphy again with Nate with USS, and Nate has just wrapped up kind of a look at the house. And Nate, what'd you find?
Well, your house is in pretty good shape for the age of it. I had to look pretty hard to find.
Okay.
Your house being on a slope like it is here, I think we could do a lot of good by trying to terminate your downspouts a little further from the house there.
Okay.
Roof water is the killer of foundations, and so if we can just get it to a positive grade to drain away from your house, I think that's real cheap insurance.
You want to kind of get it out and downhill.
That's right. Yeah.
That's
So
the idea.
make sure that it doesn't come right back down towards the foundation walls, causing issues, settlement, or leakage.
Now, if folks are watching this video and they are like, we need to get Nate out to the house to do a look. I mean, it took, I watched you do it. It's, 30, 45 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
To do a comprehensive kind of an examination around the house. And they just give you a call and schedule?
Yeah, absolutely. You can call our main phone number, or you can call reach USSTN.com and schedule right through the website there. Our girls in the call center will get back to you just about immediately, as long as it's during business hours. So
this just makes a lot of sense, folks, for you guys to do an examination of your house like we've done, to check it out. I'm going to get those gutters done with Nate and his team at USS, and then we'll do a video and let you know how those look at the end of all of this. So thank you, guys.
Hey, that'd be great.
We appreciate you, brother.
Matt,
All
we
right.
appreciate you.
Getting ready for the game. God, it looks beautiful out there. So I've been to SoFi Stadium, but not for a game or anything. Just, it is such a trip. The thing is so amazing. So incredible. And the teams, when they go to the locker rooms, they drive the bus underground into the stadium. Because they had to build the stadium, they had to dig down into the ground because otherwise it would have been on the flight path. So they had to dig down into the ground. So when you walk, the stadium's not very tall. You walk, and then it goes straight down. Such a trip. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So Canada's getting ready to play in a little bit. I was telling Bell, there's, God knows, 30,000 fans wandering the streets in Bosnia. They're playing Bosnia in the World Cup, and they've got their flares. And they said that Canada may be outnumbered in their home game. That's why when we play our home games qualifying for stuff, we never play Mexico in Los Angeles or Texas. Where do we play them? Columbus, Ohio, in the snow. We played them in a World Cup qualifying game. Mexico was so pissed off because it was like snowing. Because they, they could have a home field in LA. So, very excited.
Very true.
What?
That's actually very true.
Very true. Very, very true. Absolutely. I mean, I'm always, even when they play in Texas, and, there could be, you think about it, it holds 80,000, and you've got 40,000 American fans. We still have 40,000, fans for Mexico. Very, very true. So, somebody asked, how good's England going to be? Good. Good. They have a chance? Yes. Very good chance. Very, very good chance.
But I thought it was supposed to be the Netherlands.
Well, that's what the mathematician guy said. He's picked the Netherlands against Portugal. I believe Portugal's interesting. They got the best midfield in the entire World Cup, but Spain is great across the board, and they got the kid that's a star, and which is always a good thing. Man, that kid, if they win it, he's going to be the World Player of the Year at that young age. Lamine Yamal's his name. He's been playing for Barcelona since 15. So think about playing for, the Yankees or the Dodgers or, at 15 being the star. He was at a Walmart the other day. I think they were in South Carolina. He's just at a Walmart walking in he's got to love that because even when he was a star at 15, he couldn't even walk to home by himself from school because it was too crazy. That's nuts. Bell and I were talking because this guy likes to send horrible memes about us, and Bell fires back some funny stuff. But, because all we mentioned was Iran for 2 seconds and laughed because there's nothing going on with Iran. There isn't. They're too busy. He wants to get through the weekend so he can have fun at his UFC fight. That, yes, is costing the taxpayers $60 million.
I just find it hilarious that people tune in just because they get to be butthurt.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like, I hate you. Then why are you listening?
Yeah, no doubt.
There's a lot of things in life I don't necessarily like. I don't spend a lot of time on them.
Yeah. No, that's the beauty of it. And look, you can hate us all you want. And here's the thing. It's not about hate. You don't take things personally. That's it. Don't take it personally. If I have a differing opinion and you think that your opinion is right, then tell me where my opinion was wrong and go from there. But you know what? I had more people, because I gave out last week or earlier this week, several websites. People say, who do you go to? Oh, I look at everybody, right? And I don't watch like the news because it's all opinion and they're there to yell at each other. They're not there for anything. And I gave people you can go to all of these things that I gave out the other day. And several people wrote me and said, hey, I appreciate that. I went to those things. I had no idea that, they were shocked that there was another side to stories. Which I find, that's got to challenge yourself. You do. You got to challenge yourself. And people say, well, what do you get? Like Dropside. I love Dropside News. You guys never been there? Dropside News is amazing. If you want to watch some stuff, like Breaking Points is awesome on the old YouTube. They do a great job and stuff. One of them's conservative. The other one is liberal. And they do a great job of kind of not only debating each other and stuff, but it's all based on facts, which is phenomenal. I like the facts. Yes, somebody asked about the UFC. Why isn't Dana White paying for it? That's a great question. Yeah, the taxpayers are paying $60 million for the fights.
That reminds me of why we dump money into PBS, and they use it to pay Sesame Street, who makes $300 million a year.
Yeah.
Why we should not be spending taxpayer money on crap like that. If you're in profit zone and your business is big enough that you're making money at it, you shouldn't be coming to the taxpayer for a handout.
Here's my thing. Do we get any of that? Do we share in the profit of the $300 million?
No.
That's a good deal, man. That's a good deal.
And then every time we try to cut that budget, the Democrats are like, oh, my God, you're leaving children to be stupid and ignorant. I'm pretty sure that Big Bird can write his own checks.
You know what? I was more of an electric company guy.
I was too, but that was just because Morgan Freeman and Spider-Man.
They had Spider-Man. Looking back on it, he was not a good Spider-Man. But when you're a kid, it looks like he's a cool Spider-Man.
When you're a kid, you're like, this is amazing. Spider-Man's on.
Have you ever watched like the Bollywood versions of Spider-Man and stuff? You ever seen any of
Oh,
those are the best. I'm like, I didn't know Spider-Man was that fat.
I didn't realize that Marvel was so desperate for licensing income that they would not control how they use the image and likeness.
You know what? I've often there's no way that they license that to the Spider-Man musical to India. There's no way they did that.
Oh, I guarantee you they did.
You think?
Yes, because Stan was doing his best to get all the characters on any TV he could.
No way.
Yeah. He actually ended up in the 70s, he gave up his position as editor-in-chief and publisher to focus solely on the licensing of the characters.
It's crazy. It is. That's not. So, like, because we do a lot with our AI stuff, and we get, my uncle's always like, I'm always amazed when we go into meetings. They're willing to give you, nowadays, IPs that are just sitting, they're willing to give you anything. Because they just sit there, right? They own these things, and they can't do anything with them. And I'm fascinated by that, because we went in and we were talking to them about doing some new radio dramas. And we're talking to them about, like, hey, could we get, like, Gunsmoke? And they said, because, well, yeah, you can probably much get anything you want, kind of thing.
Are you talking about Gunsmoke, the TV?
Yeah, but before it was a TV show, it was a radio show. Yeah, so could we get that? And, you know, and they wanted to do some stuff with AI and a few other things. But it was just, because they've got all these IPs and they just sit there. And some of them, though, Disney used to be, they put it in a vault. Do you remember when Disney would come out with a movie and they say for 2 weeks, you can buy this movie, and then we're put into the vault for the next 20 years.
And they did that.
And they did.
Which I would like to talk to the CEO who did that. Was it Eisner?
Yeah.
We're not going to sell you our product. That way, when we do sell it to you, you'll want it more, even though we could sell it every year and make a lot of money.
Yeah, but their whole thing was, we're going to drive you to want to purchase this, so you're going to want this thing so bad that you're going to go out and do it now. If we left it out there, you probably wouldn't go buy it right now. But they were very, the way they did that, the way that they went, and if you've ever read, by the way, if you've ever read any of the stories, the real stories of, like, Beauty and the Beast and all of the stuff that they have, if you've ever read any of the stories, let me tell you, they are nowhere near what they've become for Disney. It's weird that somebody would say, hey, I got a great idea for a movie. And then they pitch it and you're like, so what happens here? Do they get married? Does the Little Mermaid marry? No, the Little Mermaid gets pissed and then wants to kill the guy's wife.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
1808 sent me a text, or sent us a text here that says TKO Group Holdings, which is UFC's parent company, is paying the majority of the production costs and are expecting a $30 million loss.
Oh, well then, yeah, because the $60 million for the UFC is what we're hearing is costing the taxpayer.
Additional funding comes from corporate sponsors like Dodge, Crypto.com.
Well, I would hope so.
And VIP packages.
I would hope it would cost something. What are the guys? The guys don't get a lot. They control their money quite well. So, yeah, apparently, because that's a lawsuit that's going on out there.
Is it sort of a pass-through industry where you just want to use it to build your name up, like Gina Carrera and Ronda Rousey?
No, because there's not a lot of places to go. Like with wrestling, you go there. Your thought is hopefully you're going to go on to do something else. Where this is, you don't have another place to go, right? Some of these guys may be actors.
Gina Carrera, she turned into an actress.
Yeah, but
Ronda Rousey.
It's not happening with the guys.
Ronda Rousey turned into a Playboy centerfold who hasn't been the centerfold yet.
No, and she was an actress.
What was she in?
She was in. Remember, she beats up Turtle in that show. What's that show? Entourage.
Oh, okay.
Because he wants to take her out, and she goes, "If you can last a minute with me, I'll let you take me out." And she just beats the crap out of him. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Yeah, I'm going through it because the lawsuit's out there to try to stop this thing. So, which is, why didn't you file the lawsuit earlier? Maybe because they were probably shocked that you're really going through with this. He can't be doing this, right? He can't be. We'll talk a bit about the lawsuit when it comes back, among other things, on this beautiful yet rainy-ish day. Ken, is it still raining? Do we know? Because it looks kind of nasty. Is he there? Or is he on his phone again?
From the looks of the way his head is bouncing, he's listening to music.
That's the way he rolls. Paying no attention. He's ready for the weekend like we all are. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. Great deals still out there for Father's Day. They can't get there in time. OmahaSteaks.com. You got to order now. 50 to 60% off across the board for Pops. Get Dad what he wants. The best in fillets wrapped in bacon, the best smash burgers, the best of everything. And all you have to do is go to omahasteaks.com and take advantage of it right now. And you can save an extra 35% at $35 off at checkout when you use my code Benson. So think about this. You can get him a full grill package. You can get him 4 fillets wrapped in bacon, right? You can get him the amazing burgers and dogs they have. You can give him the incredible chicken breast, the pork chops. Yeah, they've got it all. Brisket, everything you can think of. Great deals available right now for Father's Day. Dad did so much for you, so win Father's Day. And maybe, just maybe, he'll grill something for you. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use my code Benson. Save an extra $35 at checkout. omahasteaks.com. Code Benson. Terms apply. See site for details.
Screw him. I want to see April Wine. Whoops.
If you haven't, you need to hear that shootout in Midland, Texas today. I got some audio from that. Iran's foreign minister says in a post on X that a peace deal with the U.S. has never been closer, but there's still a lot of questions to be answered. And a big day for Alanis Morissette. We'll let you hear some of that, too, coming up at 2 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Can you know who else was just out there?
Who's that?
Michael Bublé.
All right.
doing his Michael Bublé thing, and then Bell goes, April wine.
Hey, I'm shocked and embarrassed by some of the people out there that don't know who the hell April Wine is.
I love April Wine.
Well, it's funny because he thought he was telling me in my ear, but he turned it on the air.
Yeah.
Oh.
I gotta start getting more sleep.
You and me.
Yeah.
A sign of the Gypsy Queen's better than that.
Oh, that is too, boy.
Last night they had at the big concert for the fans, they had Bryan Adams.
Awesome.
Yeah, he rocked. He sounds so good.
He does.
He does. He sounds so good.
He's taking care of himself.
He has taken care. He's very fit. He looks better now than he did when he was 21.
He doesn't look like he's aged much
At all,
either.
because
It's
he's an
crazy.
alien. Wouldn't it be funny if we find out all the aliens are Canadians?
Only thing about him that looks different than when he was young is the fact that he's got a close haircut now.
Yes, that's it.
Geddy Lee is their leader.
Geddy Lee is the leader of the alien faction.
Neil Peart has actually just gone back to the mothership.
Or take me to your leader, eh? Oh, there is Alanis. She's got the full garb on. Got a red jacket on. She's going full Canadian, eh?
Man, that Jagged Little Pill album is an outstanding album.
Yeah, that is. How many albums do you think she sold off? Yeah, I mean, how many of those things? Would she sell, like 15 million?
She definitely would.
No, it was more than that. I think it was around 22 or 23.
Wow. And those were albums.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. So Canada's looking ready to roll.
Oh yeah, are they getting ready to start?
Yeah, I think they're this "Oh Canada" because they're all singing "Oh Canada, our home." And there's our old coach. Who's coaching Canada.
Oh, I saw Geddy is a huge baseball fan, just giant.
Oh, is he?
Incredibly into it. And he goes to the Blue Jays games all the time. And they asked him to sing the national anthem one time at the opening of the game. I've never heard anything sound so weird in my life. Where he is singing the national anthem instead of something that's over the top of a progressive rock song or something like that.
Wow. And Alanis is bringing it, man. She got a smile on her face with the red Canadian jacket on, singing, "Oh, Canada."
Right.
Oh, and they're doing a little flyover. I mean, we bring cool jets. They got like Cessna, but still, they're trying. I got that. There you go. Oh, look, here comes the Maple Leaf Flyers, eh? Oh, there you go then, eh? By the way, Bosnia is well represented in there, but it looks like it's getting ready to kick off, maybe.
All right.
The World Cup Day 2. We play tonight. Canada getting ready. The second of the three hosts. We will be the nightcap tonight.
What are the chances, Brother Chad, it ends up between Canada and the USA?
Oh, that would be so awesome. In fact, you know what? I saw the best commercial last night. We'll talk a little bit about that during one of the hydration breaks. Among other things, trillionaire. We got a trillionaire. Who wants to be a trillionaire? We know who that guy is. Not me, I'll tell you that right now. Imagine how many bunkers he could have.
One giant one.
He's just going to take. What if he flies to Mars and he doesn't let anybody else come?
I've had enough of you people. I'm out of here.
Hour number 3, straight ahead. Chad Ben Show, Super Talk 997.
Two o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. We've got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. An active shooter situation in Midland, Texas is over with the suspect dead, but not before shooting and killing one person and injuring at least 9 others. Then came the shootout with law enforcement, which people recorded with their phones and posted to social media.
Oh, wow.
It was a massive law enforcement response.
I was right up in there. Were you? Yeah. Holy. Oh, it's a gunfight.
Mayor Lori Blong says law enforcement was able to confirm the suspect was dead with drone technology. They're not releasing any information on the suspect or the victims other than to say those who were injured are being treated at 2 hospitals there in Midland. Iran's foreign minister says in a post on X today that a peace deal with the U.S. has never been closer. It follows a social media post by President Trump telling Iranians to get their act together. Meanwhile, details released by Iranian state media suggest both sides are still far off on key issues. We get more from Karen Travers.
A senior administration official says a couple of the things that are key to this deal right now is that Iran's nuclear material will be destroyed and removed, and that their program will be dismantled. They will not receive any money, no unfreezing of assets, until they perform, as this official put it, and it's not clear what that actually means.
The Pentagon releasing a new batch of reports on UFOs, or UAVs, as the government calls them, short for Unexplained Aerial Vehicle. ABC's Louis Martinez covers the Pentagon for us.
The previous two batches that we've seen of videos have come from the military, maybe one or two civilian, but in this case, what we're seeing is more civilian cases. And they deemed that the person, the eyewitness as they call them, to be credible. Nothing that we've seen in the files that are being released right now indicates that these objects are of extraterrestrial origin.
Entertainment news.
Do I stress you out? My sweater's on backwards and inside out, and you say how appropriate.
Alanis Morissette inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame last night in New York City. Brandi Carlile inducted her, and on the red carpet, she told ABC how influential Alanis has been to her own music.
Her impact on me was massive. Songwriting was something I was only really getting my head around by the time that Jagged Little Pill came out, but singing, the way she was singing was so rock and roll. You know, I lived in Seattle, outside of Seattle, so I was totally marinating in this angsty, grungy, punky rock and roll thing, but there really weren't women that I was being exposed to musically. And so when Jagged Little Pill came out, I was like, listen to how loud she is. Listen to how powerful she is. She's cursing. Listen to the things she's saying.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
It's Friday, baby. Friday. Little Jagged Little Pill. Somebody said, Alanis is trash. No, she's not.
Taylor Swift got inducted at the same time, and so did Gene and Paul from Kiss.
Yeah, I saw that. To the was Songwriters Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Good for them.
What about John? Didn't John Fogerty too?
No, I think he was already in.
He should be in.
Maybe he was a presenter or something.
Could you imagine if John brought you up? Why are we here? Where am I? This is, oh man, I can't believe it. Oh man.
Yep, John Fogerty honored.
Wow, I didn't know that. Isn't it amazing that how some people get in and then you think, weren't you already in?
Yeah, he was given the Songwriters Hall of Fame's Johnny Mercer Award, the highest honor handed out by the group.
The only guy I've ever heard of getting sued for sounding like himself.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. When he put out his Center Field album, the guy who actually owns his publishing from the Creedence stuff was like, "You're ripping off your own music."
Well, what is he supposed to do? Polka?
Yeah, it's like, what do you expect? What do you expect the guy to sound like? Not John Fogerty?
Yeah,
exactly.
I didn't say it was never going to work again.
Well, he won the suit, so it turned out okay for him.
Yeah. Well, that's yeah, because it's. I mean, what are you going to do, honestly, if you sound like that? Maybe make electronic music. That'd be fun. So Brandi Carlile in it? No, she inducted.
Yeah, she was the
presenter. So Paul, Johnny Resnick of the Goo Goo Dolls, inducted, was one of the presenters for Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Are we running out of people? Hey, get the Goo Goo Dolls guy.
It still kills me that band got their start on Metal Blade Records as a hard rock band.
Yeah, I was watching a thing yesterday about, they did that song and it came big, and then they were worried. He goes, because we were still kind of punk. He goes, but we had that, we had the hit, and then luckily they came and said, hey, we're doing this movie, The City of Angels. Can you do a song for, did Iris or whatever it was, or whatever song?
Yeah, I think so.
He goes, which was great. He goes, because the next album, whatever we did, we were going to piss off half the audience. If we went back to what we were kind of doing, the people that fell in love with us were going to hate us.
Yeah.
So we had a chance to do something that wasn't based on an album.
Well, I think after the having that explosive album that they did, the A&R people probably went to them and guess what kind of band you are now?
Yeah, did they do that?
Well, I'm sure they did.
Yeah. Guess what kind of band you are?
I'm sure the label was like, you know what? You enough of the hard rock. You do acoustic songs now.
Yeah, if you didn't want to write a song like that, you should have went out and hung out with Kennedy.
Me from MTV?
Mm-hmm.
I love her.
Yeah, what song was their big hit? The first one, that big one. That was about Kennedy.
I don't remember the name.
Yeah, so the Goo Goo Dolls. Oh. Good for you guys. Good for John Fogerty. Hey, you can't sound like you.
You sound too much like yourself.
What am I supposed to do? World Cup tonight, U.S. playing. Right now, Canada is playing. And so far, a little back and forth. The best chance so far early in the game was Bosnia. There are so many people from Bosnia. I think Canada kind of is like, because you want to have your home games, and you want people in your group where you don't think that there's going to be, we have 500,000 people that live in Toronto that are from Bosnia, and they all like soccer. Maybe they're going to try to come to a game. You don't want that, right? Like Mexico yesterday. Let me tell you how many people were from South Africa. There's 26 players on the team and some coaches. That was the South African fans and players.
Well, from the description you're giving of the team, there's probably not a lot of people that want to be seen near them.
No, they're pretty awful. They were not good. And then I watched the game last night, and the Mexican fans got behind South Korea big time. I was surprised.
South Korea is a pretty good team, though, isn't it?
Yeah, they're a pretty good team. But it's one of those things where if you'd have put them in Los Angeles, I mean, you got Koreatown. You've got a huge swath of people of Korean descent. They could pack out the stadium 10 times over. Because they're in a weird, they're in Monterrey or the Guadalajara? I'm like, that's kind of, it's, And the weird thing is they train in Texas. So the minute they were done last night, they all flew back to Texas. So it's not like they're training and playing right there, which you would think. It was hot, though. I'll tell you what. The one thing I've noticed yesterday, because, you're playing at altitude in Mexico, whoo, the ball flies farther and people run out of gas fast.
Yeah, I remember when I first moved to Denver, I was getting out of breath really easy and just didn't feel good. And it took me probably 2 or 3 days to realize it wasn't me. It was the fact that I was a mile up in the atmosphere.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've played in altitude, and we trained at Colorado Springs, like doing the ODP things, like Olympic. It kicks your butt. It really does. You have no idea. That's why, everybody talks about the long distance runners, but the Kenyans and all the ones, the Ethiopians, they all train at altitude. They live at altitude. So it's
sort of like they don't really have a choice but to train at altitude.
Yeah. Oh, the song was called Name. Goo Goo
That's
Dolls.
right.
Name, baby, name. The Goo Goo Dolls. I don't hate the Goo Goo Dolls. I don't. And I also don't hate Nickelback. I don't know why everybody hates Nickelback.
It's because it's cool to do it. It was like when Journey exploded and everybody was like, Journey's just corporate arena rock crap. Okay, if you say so. The other 13 million people that bought the record probably don't agree.
Yeah, that's always one of those things when people say they don't like, oh, New Kids on the Block are stupid. I'm like, well, they sold 45 million albums, so somebody bought them. Right?
Yeah, all stupid people.
Yeah, you butter ourselves. So I've never really got the Goo Goo Dolls. I like them. I ain't got no problem with them. I don't have a problem with, I like all music. If you want to do polka, let's do it.
I'm like that too. I hear people go, I only like metal or I only like rap. That's a lie.
Yeah.
That may be your favorite music, but it's not all you like. And if it is, there's something wrong with you.
Well, when we were growing up, right? So the three of us, includes you, Ken.
Yes, sir.
You at school, you had the rockers. They loved the heavy metal, right? They're wearing their Aussie shirts and stuff. They had their leather jackets and their Vans on, right? And then you had the goth kids, right? They would never listen to. We were very much all in our own spaces. But now today, everybody just kind of mixed, because you could like the rap and you could like the. Do you remember when Nelly did a song with, what's his name? Tim McGraw.
Yeah.
There was like a big, oh my God, they cross over kind of thing. And now that's totally, and you can like all that. But back in the day, there was a lot more purity in our time.
I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that, at that point, radio had become so segmented.
Yes.
That if you wanted to listen to rock and roll, you went to the rock and roll station. If you wanted to listen to country, you went to the country station. If you wanted pop, you went to the pop. If you wanted rap, you go to the rap. Now, the way that people discover music has become so much more diluted in terms of specificity that, even if they're, like I said, their favorite music is metal, they're still going to be exposed to other stuff and end up liking it even if they don't admit it.
Were you a long hair guy in high school?
No, my mother wouldn't let me have long hair. As soon as I moved out of the house when I was 17, I let it grow and haven't cut it except one time since.
That's as long as your hair's gotten?
Yeah. No. I mean, I've only had it short one time since I was 17, but my hair starts to break off about this length. And
My love of music is so broad. In high school, in my car, I had Judas Priest, Defenders of the Faith, next to Culture Club, Color by Numbers.
Oh, Color by Numbers is such a good.
That Culture Club album is outstanding.
It is. It's
every freaking song on it.
It is crazy how, well, first of all, his voice was so amazing.
Yes.
And it was, because it was a bit British and very soulful.
Yes.
But I remember my buddies would laugh at me because, I'm punk rock and I had dreads and I had mohawk, the whole 9 yards. And then they would sit there and laugh because that's what Friends of Four came on. And I sang the whole thing and they just looked at me and I thought, shut up. I love it. Right?
All I had was a small town Oklahoma mullet.
Oh, that's it?
But everybody in my high school in Oklahoma had a mullet.
My son has a mullet now. That's a very cool thing, apparently. Hockey players, amongst the hockey players, very cool.
Yes, sir.
The mullet. My hair was too thick to do a mullet, but it was perfect for dreads. Perfect for dreads. Absolutely. And the same thing with my mohawk. My mohawk, man, I had a couple Liberty spikes. Whoa.
Yeah.
That was so awesome.
Unfortunately, my mullet looked more like a helmet.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, my hair just didn't. My hair just was too straight.
What was like do you remember, because I went to school in Southern California, so all the surfers had the bowl cut.
Yeah.
That was always funny. I could never do that because my hair was too thick. It just,
yeah.
Like if I grew my hair out now, it would be just crazy in this heat because it's so thick still.
Yeah, I was never able to comb my hair back and it stay back. It would always just fall straight. So the best mullet I ever had would be like right after I would get it cut, it would spike for a couple of days, and then that was it.
That's it.
And it was just straight down again.
Oh, my goodness.
But by God, I had my Judas Priest, my Iron Maiden, and Culture Club.
Oh, yeah. I'd listen to everything. I didn't care.
I remember when Robert Plant came out with the Now and Zen record.
Oh, that's a great album.
I think it's Andy Taylor from Duran Duran was his guitarist on tour. And people were giving Robert crap because he had a member of Duran Duran in his band.
Really?
It's like, shut up.
Remember when he did the Honey Drippers?
Yeah.
Yeah, that album was huge.
That was huge.
That EP was huge. I'm sorry.
That was cool. That was very cool. Like you know what? I love, because you never saw it back in the day. Like you said, the music was so different and you never saw the artist because we didn't see the artist like we do now. You'd have to go get a magazine to see him and stuff because now I'm watching Sammy Hagar, and he's got what's his name from Van Halen? Alex? Not Alex, but who's
Michael Anthony.
Michael
He's got Michael. He's got some other guy from.
He's got Joe Satriani.
Yeah, and they're all doing stuff.
He's got Kenny Aronoff, who's played for everybody.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, that is so cool. And they started doing "It's Not What It Takes." Does he get to do that? Was that a Van Halen thing? Even though he was Van Hagar.
Well, even if he hadn't co-wrote the songs, anybody can do those songs.
Yeah.
As long as the venue has an ASCAP and a BMI license.
Okay.
But there's nothing in the situation that denies him the right to perform his own music.
Okay. Yeah. Well, because I didn't know, because you know how bands get, right? Like you can't perform. Because who was it that, when Sublime wanted to go out again, and they did, and they got Rome to sing, they had to be Sublime featuring Rome, but they really couldn't.
That's a naming issue, though. That's a branding.
Well, no, but she didn't want him to perform certain songs. It's kind of weird.
The only band I know that is specifically denied the right to play certain music is when Queensryche split up. Jeff Tate, the lead singer, got the exclusive rights between the two of them to perform albums in their entirety.
Oh, that's a weird thing, man. I'll tell you what. Back in just the way, because when bands fight, you and I were watching something yesterday with Duran Duran, and they said from the time they started, they said, look, we're a band, everybody gets the same amount. Everybody gets writing credits.
Splitting it 5 ways.
We're split it 5 ways. And the good news is if your song sucks, guess what? It's not going to get on the album, but you don't have to worry about it because even though you may not have written the big hit, you're still going to get credit for it.
Yeah, Seven and the Ragged Tiger, my favorite Duran Duran album.
Oh.
Queen eventually did that, and it helped them stop fighting with each other.
Yeah.
And Rush did that from the beginning. They split everything 3 ways.
What about Police? Didn't Sting and those two?
Sting owns all of his stuff.
Yeah.
And Andy Summers has an issue with it. Andy claims that, I think it was King of Pain, that they were going to leave the song off of the album until he did some guitar work on it. And then it was like, oh, this is really good now.
So Sting could be a bit of a deal to deal with.
He is. So my old producer, Anthony, he worked at Sirius for years. He came in and he brought an entourage, and they were told, don't talk to him. Don't ask him a question. Basically, don't even look at him. And you're like, what are you talking about? Like, he's a human being, right? This is, that's insane. I mean, you're not even talking about the Queen. So I wonder if he looks back now and goes, God, I was a jerk.
Who?
Sting.
I doubt it.
No, probably not.
Yeah, he's probably fine with the way he behaved.
He's probably out there just doing his tantric stuff, as you do.
And I mean, the guy's worth about $300 million. What's he going to care what somebody says about him?
Yeah, I guess when you get to the point where you're like, well, no, not so much what somebody says, but when you look back and think, okay, did, the band, did I treat the guys right? Did we, we all built this together, even though,
Well, there's a reason that you have more bands break up over publishing than you do any other reason.
Yeah. Yeah. It's money. It's about the Benjamins. All right, coming up, a little Finally Friday. On this Friday, if you're missing the show, shame, grab the podcast. Chad Bench, Super Talk 99.7. Relief Factor is awesome. Love Relief Factor. And let me tell you why. It works. If you're sore, it works. If your knees hurt, then we're talking about your joints, right? Muscles, it works. Third-party tested for purity and potency. It works. Helps fight inflammation, which kicks you in the butt. Tell you what, that inflammation, partly as we get older, right? Things get inflamed a little bit easier. Then you throw in a diet, too. And I always tell everybody this. Don't sleep on that diet because our diet isn't great and stuff adds to the inflammation. This fights all of that, helps you feel better on a day-to-day basis, and it happens quick. Try a 3-week quick start now. This is what I want you to do. You go to relieffactor.com, 1776, all right? This is a celebration of independence. It's just 1776. You're going to feel a difference. Or call 800-4-RELIEF, 800, the number 4-RELIEF for Relief Factor.
Let you hear some of the sounds from that active shooter today in Midland, Texas. Pakistan's prime minister has something to say about a possible peace deal between the U.S. and Iran, and the Pentagon releasing another batch of reports on UFOs. These stories and more at 2:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Girl!
Somebody score?
Bosnia.
Woo!
Oh, the Canadians are looking sad right now, you know. Bosnia scores. Lead 1-0. World Cup. Game 3. First game for Canada at home. We play tonight against Paraguay.
Canada's not one of those countries that would like murder their goalie for screwing up.
No. That was a special thing for Colombia. That was a very special thing for Escobar. That was awful. It was an awful thing. They blame Pablo for it, and Pablo's like, I didn't do that. That was another gang that did it because those guys were betting on them. But I didn't do it.
It cost us a lot of money.
Yeah, that did cost them a lot of money. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends of all ages, it's Friday. You know what that means.
Thank y'all.
That was the opening goal yesterday. Mexico won 2-0. Last night, South Korea won 2-1. And right now, Canada hosting their first game. They're down 1-0, but it's early. So, Ken, you were talking about could it be ever the USA and Canada, something like that, in the World Cup final. There's a great commercial yesterday. I think it was a Budweiser commercial. And these two guys are sitting there like this they look like lumberjacks in this bar. And they're like, there's no way America could ever do anything. There's just no way. We never could ever get this far, win the World Cup. It would be a miracle or it'd be impossible. And the guy goes, oh, really? This guy sitting next to him? And they look over to him and he goes, don't you guys believe in miracles? And it was Michael Ruzioni.
Ice hockey?
Yeah, the guy who was the captain of our ice hockey team in 1980. And I thought, damn, that's a great commercial.
When did America actually start becoming competitive and when it comes to the World Cup? And
we're realistically 98.
Oh, so that's that. I would still consider that.
As far as we didn't suck, but we struggled in between. This is the first time that we've got players. Like I said, a vast majority of them are based in Europe. This young, and we've got another generation that's coming that are, kids that have moved to Europe when they're 10 and 12 to go play and stuff. So this generation is the golden generation, but it's the first generation where we've got stars. Like our guys aren't just making up the numbers. They're we got guys who are players. So this is going to be good. This is going to be fun. We're going to go Paraguay tonight, kids. Paraguay. Maybe they're aliens. Did you guys know that they released a tranche of alien stuff today? Not a tranche. Yes, a tranche. Which, by the way, I've gone through a lot of it, and I'm not quite sure
If they want me to believe they're crap, then they need to open the gate at Area 51 and let me in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. I think we could do that. They're really, by the way, feel free to drive up there. They're totally cool with that. They love it when you get close to everything. They're like, you got all kinds. You have fun. Have fun with that.
I do have a scope.
It's funny because they'll have their binoculars and then you'll look out and then they've got guys on the mountains with their binoculars looking back at you. Mm-hmm. They don't want you to go there is what we're saying. Okay. All right. Coming up, we'll talk a little bit about that among other things. Chad Ben Show, Super Town and Ad 7.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Police say an active shooter killed one person, then injured 9 others before law enforcement took out the suspect today there in Midland, Texas. Videos all over social media of the moment law enforcement moved in.
Oh, wow.
Started around 8 o'clock this morning there in downtown Midland. Police SWAT teams tried to negotiate with the shooter before the gunfire erupted. Authorities haven't released any details like names or motive. Pakistan's prime minister says a final agreed-upon text of the peace deal has been reached between the U.S. and Iran. Pakistan now working closely with both sides to finalize the next steps, according to the leader there. But the disagreements appear to be over major sticking points, as we hear from ABC's new White House correspondent, Karen Travers.
We were just briefed by a senior administration official who said that they believe they're about 80 to 85% of the way to getting this done, but not 100%, and that's important right now. But they did say they're not quite at the finish line, but believe they're getting close to having the potential of some sort of signing, maybe within the next couple of days.
The Pentagon releasing a new batch of reports on UFOs, or UAVs, as the government calls them, short for unexplained aerial vehicle. Here's ABC's Louis Martinez.
The previous 2 batches that we've seen of videos have come from the military, maybe 1 or 2 civilian. But in this case, what we're seeing is more civilian cases. And they deemed that the person, the eyewitness as they call them, to be credible. Nothing that we've seen in the files that are being released right now indicates that these objects are of extraterrestrial origin.
That's the latest news. Weather is next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Beacon Capital Management has got something for you. What is that? Free, personalized financial consultation. Absolutely free to you. And this has to do with all things when it comes to your retirement. From healthcare planning, like Medicare planning, long-term care options, health insurance options, coverage gaps, and that long-term care, very important, to tax planning. From inherited IRA, Roth IRA, charitable giving, donor advised fund. They've got stuff like Roth conversion analysis, tax minimization strategies. They've got it all. Investment planning, of course, fiduciary standard, active money management, risk mitigation strategies, and including things like income planning, predictable income, maximize Social Security, longevity planning, and estate planning as well. Trust, wills, POAs, life insurance, you name it, they can help you with it all. Maybe you need one, maybe you need all. Find out. Go see our friends over at Beacon. They're local. Call them today, 615-488-9303, 615-488-9303, online at beaconcm.com, beaconcn.com. For Beacon Capital Management, this is a pay and play shit. All right, guys, Omaha Steaks. Go to omahasteaks.com right now. You can save an extra $35 off at checkout. But check this out. There's still time to get Dad something. And we're talking about Dad's favorite gift, okay? Because he likes meat, memories, all this stuff is going to come because they're incredible. From butcher cut fillets to beef sirloin tips to air chilled boneless chicken breasts, Omaha Steaks classic burgers, the tartlets, which are awesome. They've got steak seasoning. You're going to get it all. And I'm telling you guys, do not sleep on the pork chops. They are amazing. They are incredible. So this is what I want you to do. Go right now. Give Dad what he wants. Win Father's Day. Because, we're always giving a lot of stuff to Mom, but Dad would like something too because he's done so much. So go to omahasteaks.com, save big 50 to 60% off right now when you use my code Benson. You're going to save an extra $35 off at checkout. omahasteaks.com, code Benson. Terms apply. See site for details. Got a text for Ken. Bro, Ken, I get them mixed up. Is it UAPs? Is it UAVs? Is it UFOs?
DVD.
What's a UAV? We just got the UAP. How do we have a UAV? Is it vehicle?
I would think so. That's my first assumption.
Vixen, an unidentified vixen. Nice. I went through some of these things. You can go to what is it? Is it war? What it's one of those
unmanned aerial vehicle.
Oh, is that what we're calling it? All right. So
that's a little presumptuous to call it a vehicle, though.
Yeah, it is.
A UFO is not necessarily a vehicle. It means it's unidentified.
Yeah. Floaty thing. Unidentified floaty thing. I like that one. Uh-oh, here comes the floaty thing. You can go to war.gov/UFO. The third tranche, as they call it. So stupid. It's a tranche. It is. There's interesting stuff in there, some videos and things of that nature. The cool things, though, you think, oh, I'd like to see this, right? Like this one right here is very intriguing. So you go and it says on there, 1949, and you could tell that like somebody put their coffee cup on it, at some time, and it got a little spilled because it's that old, and it says secret. And then everything in it is, for the most part, just been redacted as part of but that's not telling us everything. Like, all joking aside, what Bell said there, I'd like to see what's in Area 51. We don't need to know what's in Area 51. Like, as far as the weapons we may have or create.
I need to know.
But
I really do.
If you're going to release it, release the damn things. And do you really think they only have like 195 pages? Like, that's it. We've been looking at this for years, and all we've got is 215 pages.
Government is not going to be honest, and they use the UFO phenomenon as an excuse to hide stuff and then also claim ignorance about things. Yeah. I remember specifically before the stealth bomber came out, that there were all these leaks of what it looked like. And I think it was on ABC, but there was an artist rendering of what the ship looked like. And they denied up until the day they finally admitted it, which is the way that things work, that there was no stealth bomber, that it was fantasy science fiction.
Yeah. Oh, of course. I mean, look, we get that. I mean, because where are you going to go fly something around and go, okay, where can we fly this where nobody's going to see? At some point in time, some stuff's going to get out. We get that. But when it comes to aliens and things of this nature, how many, like Epstein, how many files are it? 5 million? God only knows. I mean, because we're never getting the real truth about that, right? Because, but you mean to tell me this is the tranche you have and it's all redacted or to protect the victims? Who are we protecting?
Well, with the UFO files, the only reason that you end up with so much redaction is there is stuff in there that they just don't want you to know about because, for whatever reason. Yeah, that's the way government functions. Well, can we do this? No. Why? Because. Well, how about we pay off our debt? How about we don't?
Oh,
Why
we're
not?
never gonna pay
because.
Yeah. We're never going to pay off our debt. That's a joke. That's an absolute joke. And did you hear, what's his name? Mike Johnson come out and say, well, we got some plans for Social Security and the things. Okay, good.
Mike Johnson needs to stick his face down in a bathtub.
You're like my mom when you wanted to have a big burn and then you just said, you should just go away, jerk store.
That's, you know what? That would be good too if he would go away because he is valueless.
Yeah, he's pretty useless. I find them all to be pretty useless. I do. I find them all to be a smidge useless in today's world. And
I don't disagree.
And again, we spend a lot of money. Like, here's the thing. If you came out today and said, look, the reason we spend so much and the reason we've done this is because, and you come out with the UAVs and the UAPs and the UFOs and the OFOs and the OOOs and the OnlyFans or whatever it is, you come out with that, right? You come out and say, this is what we've done. And that's why we borrowed money. And that's why we did this. And you think, okay, maybe I see that. Because we're getting ready for an invasion, and that's why we had to do it. But you spend it on pet projects. Just saying. I still believe there's something out there. I absolutely do. And again, the hubris to think that we're it.
Well, if the government's telling you there isn't, there's a pretty good chance there is.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great way to look at it. So I thought UAVs are what the government called drones. Yeah, how do you know it's unmanned?
Because it's not designed to carry somebody.
No, but if these UAVs that we call them, which used to be UAPs, which used to be UFOs.
A UAV is the official, not an acronym, but the official abbreviation for an unmanned aerial vehicle, which is a drone.
Yeah, but if we think if Ken's like, when Ken's reading his news, he calls them UAVs, whatever. Well, how do we know they're unmanned?
Because government told us.
If we can't even figure out what they are because they're unidentified. So the UAVs and the UAPs and why was UFO not?
Well, you got to keep people's attention, and after a while that got old, and so now it's UAP, UAV, DVD, CIA, whatever.
NSA.
Yeah.
And what the director of national intelligence, who's going to be? Is that John Clayton? This is going to be the Clayton guy now that they got rid of the other guy from Fannie Mae.
Oh, they finally pulled the plug on that?
Yeah, they pulled the plug on that. They're like, you know what? We thought about it, and we thought, no, mortgage broker guy, you're not going to do it.
So now the Democrats are going to do us all a favor and renew FISA.
That's the big reason why they're going to do it. Which is just absurd. FISA is so absurd. Look, I am all about protecting our nation, but at what cost? Right?
Well, every time I hear a politician go, government's number one responsibility is the safety of its citizens. No, it is not. It is the job of the government to ensure our liberties first and foremost.
Yeah, and our liberties aren't you spying on us. Because you always say you're going to spy on everybody else, but everybody knows you're not going to. And the only time the government gave a rat's ass about it is when they found out they got spied on.
I can't believe after Trump got spied on by the FISA court, FISA court approved that warrant to spy on his campaign. That man should be the first person that wants to shut that program down.
No. So do we have a deal or we don't have a deal? I was listening to Ken's newscast. So now Pakistan's involved. And so it's kind of we have a deal. The UAE is coming out and saying that they're going to unlock some billions of dollars. If you thought and you were upset about Obama and the crate of cash, wait till you see what they might be getting. Because one of the reports out today from several places is there's going to be a reconstruction fund for Iran going back a long time that could potentially be $325 billion. And that doesn't include the $120 billion that is theirs in banks across the globe. How do you
stuff that's been frozen since the hostages?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's
so many different people involved in this.
So many, yeah. So many cooks inside that kitchen. And Everybody wants to be the one to break. You know when it's going to happen? When it happens or it doesn't. And I think Trump wants to, you know what? My buddy, who is a big military guy, got a very good article out today. Mike sent me this. I said, what's going on, man? I said, by the way, what the blank is Trump doing? He says, awful, right? He says, there's not going to be a deal. I think he's just trying to get through the weekend so he can have his big party. But if the deal that's on the table now, first of all, it's not even a deal. It is
It's an understanding to continue to negotiate.
Yeah. Okay. And that's 6 months. And they're like, we're so close. We've got like 85% of it done. Which don't you have done? The money, the Straits of Hormuz, and the nuclear weapons.
And the firing on each other.
Yeah. Well, those are the only things that matter. Everything else, who cares? That's it. Those are the biggest things. It's a memorandum of understanding.
Yeah, a memorandum of understanding.
And it gives them 6 months. And there's no talk of nuclear material. You can't do that. No. This just feels like this isn't going the way that we thought it was going to go. But he's frustrated. You could tell he's frustrated. Because I feel like, you know what? You got into something we should never have been in. And because there was no plan or appetite. You know what? If we didn't have Iraq, if we didn't have 20 years of Afghanistan, might there have been a different appetite for some of this stuff? You could say that. That's a possibility. But we had Afghanistan, we had Iraq, and I don't think anybody's got the appetite for any of this stuff. On top of everything. And even Trump said that yesterday on Fox. He goes, yeah, because America doesn't have the appetite for this. So now we have a memorandum potentially of we have a memorandum of we gave them a promise ring that one day we might ask them to marry us. And then the marriage would be the actual thing getting done. It's not happening this weekend. Enjoy your UFC fights. Coming up, we're going to wrap it up. I do believe Matt is here. What's the weather like, Ken? I can't see out here.
Let's see here, Brother Chad. I think the rain has pretty much moved off to the south of us now. Yeah. All the rain is well south of I-40, well south of Nashville, but we are still under at least a marginal risk for severe thunderstorms until 8 o'clock tonight. But I don't see anything forming out there. Of course, we're still about 5 hours away, so anything can happen.
Anything can happen, that's for sure. But I'll tell you what, it was coming down earlier. We need the rain, though. We do need the rain. We just don't. We want the rain without the bad stuff.
Yeah, we don't want to die.
It should only rain if we're asleep.
Or you don't have to work. You're at home, right? It's nice when you're at home and it's raining outside and you don't have anywhere to go. That's fine, right? But like you said, we don't want to die. We don't want to go out there.
Don't want the damage, injuries, or death.
None of that stuff. So we'll wrap it up straight ahead. Matt will be here. It is Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. Doo-doo. Oh, baby. Matt's here.
Hey.
Did you get a haircut?
I did yesterday morning. Yesterday morning.
Sharp dressed man.
Yesterday morning. So you saw it yesterday.
Did I?
You did. I mean, we're in the same room.
Yeah, I did, but it didn't. It
didn't hit you.
It didn't hit me.
Hit you.
No, it looks maybe because you don't brush it. Today you did brush it.
I actually, was in the shower, washed it up. Put a little something in there.
A little something.
Something. You know how that goes.
Right on.
I do a little something.
A little something. What's going on, brother?
Friday.
It is Friday.
Friday, doesn't it? It feels like a holiday. Next week we're on holiday.
Yeah,
I'm told.
Friday. Next Friday.
Next Friday we're on holiday.
Yep.
How about that?
That's
nice.
That is nice. Well, we are, but everybody else has already taken their vacation.
Everybody else has already decided to be on holiday.
That's so
nice of them to throw us.
Joan's in for Chris all next week, and Brian's in for.
The afternoon shows are here for your entertainment pleasure.
That's right. And nobody else decides to show up. Well, I don't know where Dan went, but I know Chris, I think he went to that place.
I think Chris is on some sort of, I'm embarrassed. So, this is just, and it was a split second. In my defense, it was a split second. I can't believe I remember saying this, but apparently he's gone to St. Croix.
Yeah, St. Croix.
And
one of the islands.
One of the Virgin Islands, which is U.S. territory. And my immediate response was, couldn't he go someplace in America? I thought he loved America. And I went, oh, wait, never mind. I'll shut up.
Why did he go to Puerto Rico?
Huh? Why did you go to Hawaii?
Alaska.
Jerk. Anyway, I think Mandis is at Disney World. That's what I'm going to go with.
Oh.
Because I think the audience hates that. So.
Oh, is that why he goes there?
That's what I'm going. That's what I'm going. No, I think he said, I don't think I'm pulling a curtain back that he didn't want to pull back. I think he's going to Universal, which I loved Universal.
I love Universal too.
Universal's great. We did Universal in one day and did 11 rides in one day, which I think is pretty good.
That is awesome.
We were on the way to Key West. E wanted to stop off at Universal, got a hotel, got the fast pass thing, and went through there and did 11 rides in one day and didn't rush. Had a great time.
Which is had
a great time.
Good, even with a fast pass, good luck at Disney.
Oh no. I'm such a snob when it comes to that stuff. I'm at a point in my life where you work hard, you try to provide for your family, and I will not do anything like that unless I get the fast thing.
Yeah, because I want to enjoy it. If I'm here, I'm spending the money, I'll spend a little bit more so we can have memories that aren't standing in line.
I'm going to spend more because, yes, I'm willing to spend that amount of money. I appreciate the fact that the families that don't have that budget, I love you. I don't hate on you. Best of luck to you. Hope you get through the line very quickly. I'm not going to be in your way because I'm going to be way up there.
When you what rides do they have out there? Because I know Southern California's Universal has a lot of
so we did. There's a lot of Harry Potter. So we did. There was the Hogwarts ride, and then we did the Gringotts ride, and there was the Hagrid, the motorcycle ride. And I will count there was a tram that they turned into a pretty cool ride that was supposedly Hogwarts Express.
Okay,
where you go from Hogwarts to Diagon Alley. And then we did Simpsons, we did Men in Black, we did the Rock and Roll roller coaster, which I thought E was going to kill me on because she's not that big of a fan of roller. And this is one of those that just goes straight up. And then and you pick your music. And so I got like Sharp Dressed Man, and she's like,
That's so cool.
So good. Yeah. So
that is so cool.
What you doing this weekend? Oh, never mind.
World Cup, baby.
I strike the question, Your Honor.
What are you doing this weekend?
I'm playing golf tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Down in Huntsville. Gotta warm up for the big golf deal.
That's right. We got our big golfing thing next week.
On Monday.
You ready for that?
Yeah, You've seen my game.
Yeah. Is any of us really ready for it?
That's as good as it's getting, baby. Not getting any better.
Oh, this is going to be so much fun. What are you talking about?
I'm going to give the audience an opportunity in the first hour of the show to convince me that UFOs are real.
Oh, there we go. Or UAVs, which is something.
Well, whatever. Just extraterrestrial. Just bring it. I'm going to give you an opportunity.
Woo, bring it.
Let's go, because I don't believe in any of this crap.
It's happening. He's doing it straight ahead. You guys have a good weekend. We'll be back on Monday.